Will this card be the swan song of all future one-drops? Find out what's going on as I hereby summon all my imps to join me on my adventures through Marvel Snap. Hey everybody, it's Annabelle. So with the Spotlight card for the season now coming out with a different Spotlight cache, I do still want to talk about the cards. So on the first Thursday after the season pass comes out, I am going to talk about the card and its history. So for this month's card, we have Black Swan. Black Swan was a princess on an alternate Earth and became its lone survivor when she was 4 years old, when the two universes collided with each other. A race of beings called the Black Priests came intent on destroying her. She fled into the Library of World, a place that is a way station between the multiverses. There she met the Black Swans, who took her in and raised her to be the next Black Swan. Black Swan came to our Earth, but sadly the Black Priest came also to deal with this new crisis. They captured her, put her in a cell rigged with explosive charges, and interrogated her relentlessly. This is how she finds Thanos. When he was in the Black Priest's base looking for the Infinity Stone, while he was walking about, Thanos happened to stumble upon her cell. When Black Swan saw Thanos, she begged him to free her in exchange for being one of his most loyal lieutenants. Black Swan was recruited by Thanos to the Black Order. She is now a valuable ally to Thanos, and she is very knowledgeable about incursions and the multiverse. She has the ability to speak multiple languages, including some of Earth's oldest. She has access to advanced technology, including antimatter devices and ocular implants that forecast upcoming incursions and allow her to see them. Black Swan may seem cold and ruthless, being unwilling to tolerate all but a select few, but she has been seen weeping and crying out for her old world when she is sleeping. Though she is straightforward with anyone she comes in contact with, constantly warning them that the worst is coming and that they need to prepare, and no matter what they do, they are only delaying the inevitable. Black Swan's power is that she can fly and carry others within her force field that she can manifest. She possesses the ability to fire energy blasts from her eyes. She possesses super strength, allowing her to lift objects over 20 tons, and the ability to probe the minds of others. Black Swan, being a loyal lieutenant for Thanos, her job is to make it easier for Thanos to get his stones. This is represented in Marvel Snap by her making one cost card, usually the Infinity Stones, cost 0 next turn. In Marvel Slop, she is a 3 cost, 5 power that has the description of on reveal until the end of next turn, 1 cards cost 0. Her 5-star rating, in my opinion, is 3. Let me explain why, because this is a footy with a huge asterisk behind it. So, first of all, we gotta talk about Thanos. If you're playing her in a Thanos deck, she moves from being a 3-star card all the way up to a 5-star card. But the way I view cards is by the average person having the card. Somebody who doesn't own Thanos. So, if you are playing the Thanos on this, she is great. She definitely goes in the Thanos deck. She makes it so that all his stones are free. Makes it really easy for it to get the stones out. However, if you're not playing Thanos, it gets a little bit trickier to play this card. If you look at a lot of the 1-drop cards, the good 1 cards would be stuff like Deadpool and Forge and Nova and Iceman and Cord and even Yadu. But none of those are endgame surprise sneak times. And that's sort of the problem. You don't have this final interim push. Yeah, you can get them out early. And if you play it with Falcon, you can return them all and then play them again. So you can basically play this weird version where turn 1, turn 2, and turn 3, you basically play down 1-drops that you can. And then on turn 4, you basically return them all to your hand with the Falcon. And then you just play down the actual Black Swan and go nuts. So it's basically, there's also a way you can do this on turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and turn 4. Play down the 1-drops, basically throwing out your hand. Then on turn 5, you play down the Falcon and the Black Swan together, so it returns everything, and then you play everything down on the last turn. And you basically finish it all off with like a hit monkey. This hit monkey gets power based on what you play. It's a little bit risky on turn 5, but it's also interesting. Another good one for her is Bishop. If you can play down the Bishop and return all the 1-drops, or play all the 1-drops for super cheap and get a big Bishop out of nowhere. The obvious pawns for her are Khazar and the Blue Marvel for the power-up that you would normally do. And possibly the Titania for a secret end turn, but that's really pushing it. The thing that I will warn everybody about is that anytime you make a card that says next turn, your cards can cost 0. Even if it is just the 1-drop, it's a very powerful ability. So every single time going forward that a 1-drop comes out, you're going to have to look at it twice, maybe 3 times to sit there and go, does somehow Black Swan break this? The nice thing about 1-drops is 1-drops usually don't have a ton of power behind them. But if you ever want something in the future that was like, say, a 1/8, that you had to play 3 cards before that in the same turn in order for it to work, then the Black Swan all of a sudden becomes this ridiculous powerhouse. Also, if you are a newer player and pull 1, pull 2, this is a gotta get card. This might be the card that breaks new player engagement the most in the longest time. Because early game, those 1-zoos are ridiculous. So if you're newer to this game, this is the one you want to get. If you're a veteran to this game, this might be the one that you also want to get, because going forward, every single time that you see a 1-drop, you're going to have to sit there and go, how good is this with Black Swan? So this might be the new Zabu for 1-drop. Now you have Black Swan for 1, you've got Zabu for 2, and you've got Silver Surfer for 3s. So, where it is right now, there's some issues with it, because I don't see the 1-drops being that powerful, which is why most people even skip playing 1-drops. But going forward, you gotta be cautious about any 1-drop that comes out. And again, if you're playing the Thanos, it goes in the Thanos deck. Especially now that you've got Kyra out there, who can make all your 1-drops indestructible. It makes this weird deck where you're just going heavy on the 1s, and you're dropping them all near the end. Anyways, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and as always, remember, play for fun.